Hi, and welcome to my craft room. My name is Karen D, and I am the Twitchy Stitcher here and Twitchy Stitcher 01 on Instagram. This is Floss Do number 20, and today's date is August 14th, 2026. I want to say hi to all my friends, and if you're new, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm going to share today some full finishes, my whips, regular finishes, my challenge results for July, and my I Spy. So the first thing I'm going to show you is 4 full finishes. So I know, I've been on a roll. It's crazy, but it is what it is. So the first one I'm going to show you that's fully finished is, sorry for the glare, Nora Corbett's Blossom Pixie. This one is Geranium. I stitched this a couple of years ago, and I did change, I believe, the green chronic and the green beads. This was so much fun to stitch. Well, you know me, pinks and purples and greens, and I'm happier than anything. And so this is in a frame that I can switch out. So I will be putting different pictures in this frame every month. And the first one is, this fits in this frame also. And this is Shannon Christine's Christmas Lady. I did this in 2024, and I believe it's still available on her website. I did skip the frame. There was an arch or frame that went up and around, and I left that out. But she has a really, really pretty face. Lots of gold beads, and I did try to use the whisper thread, and it was not successful, so I took it back out. I'd only done a little bit just to see what it would look like, but me and whisper friends are not going to be friends. So that's finish number 2. Number 3 is another Shannon Christine, and this was a monthly stitch along, and it was monthly houses, and as you can see, it's quite large. I think this is an 11 by 14 frame, and this was, I believe, the 2024 stitch along, all the monthly houses. And this is in fabric I dyed myself. And the changes I made to this pattern was I matched the month where it says January, February, March. I matched them to the houses, so they're different each month. And on her pattern, I believe they're just one color. But it was a lot of fun doing a pattern a month. And that, of course, is a frame that things can go in and out of. Again, sorry, I got to put it on the floor because they're big and heavy and I don't want them to go anywhere. And the last one is another Shannon Christine. And this was her Halloween countdown stitch along from last year. And well, you know me and spooky. I love spooky, so this will stay up all year round. I'm fine with that. And so's my daughter. She likes Halloween even more than I do, so we'll see if she steals this pattern from some other part of the house. So those are my 4 full finishes. Set it down. Careful. Okay. Yep. And the next one I want to show you is my finish for Canada swaps. Now, I know some people have been keeping them hidden, but the picture I chose, I believe, can be from Quebec, Alberta, or BC. So it's not narrowed down as much as some of the other people's works. And this is a Max Pigeon chart, and it's called Frozen Peaks, and I got it off of his website, but I believe it's also probably available on Etsy. And I love the river and the fields and the mountains and the celestial sky and the clouds, and I just love the colors. And I really like Max Pigeon. I really like the way things are so creatively artistic with a minimal amount of colors. So anyway, this is the final product. So I still have to fully finish it, and I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I thought it was an elongated piece, but Karen said it's point on point. So it's actually very balanced. So I am going to try to figure out some way to finish it, but I don't want to put it in a hoop finish because it's so balanced. I really want to show off the angles. So this is just on 16 count white Aida, and it's 3,087 stitches, and it's 85 by 85. And I started it August 1st and finished it August 12th. So it's a start and a finish, and hopefully by the end of the month it'll be a start and finish and fully finished, which is what I'm working on, because I'd like to send it out before the Labor Day weekend when it's supposed to go out. The next one I'm going to show you is Silhouette Owl. It's also a finish. This is it. And it is from Velvet Pony Design. I bought it off of Etsy. And this is on a plain off-white Aida. And this is to celebrate Karen's birthday last month. And we all did a What a Hoot sale. Now this I started in July, and I ended it August 12th. And it's 2,282 stitches. It's 51 by 79. And I think it is so lovely. I've already started painting the hoop that it's going to go into. So I have a wall that is just hoop finishes with patterns that are only a few colors. So it'll blend perfectly on that wall. The next one is almost finished. This was a sell with Michael from Uplift Stitches. He wanted to do a Charlie Brown summer. So I chose to do Charlie Brown's Tree. And it's a pattern by Stitchman Darcy. And I just wanted something a little more simpler. Right now I have a lot of big projects on the go, and I really wanted a smaller project. So this is on a 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. It's 947 stitches, of which I have 851 done. So it's an 89%. So I still have to add, all the snowflakes. And I was going to add just sequin snowflakes, but they don't show up good enough. So I might put the snowflakes in stitches and then add the sequin snowflakes on top of the stitches to accentuate them. And I still have to add the tie for the little red ball. That is so cute. It was so fun to do too. Like, you know, just a little blast from the past. The next thing I'm going to show you is Lamb with a Bow. And it is Naila and Stitch on Etsy. And I started it in July. And this is on a Kaylee's fabric called Tickled Pink. And this is for my great-granddaughter Anjanette for her nursery. You can see the string. I'm working on this right now, so that's why I just pulled the string through to the back so you can see it. There. Adorable. And I'm at 65% right now. The next one is a brand new start with Laura from Stitching by the Shore and Karen the Stitching Owl. If you're also working on this, let me know. And this is Lucky Shamrock. And the thing about Karen and Laura and me is we all chose separate areas to start in. I'm a center starter. Laura and Karen generally start in one corner or another. So if you check out both their channels, you'll see different parts of it being done, which is really fun to see. This is in a large piece of fabric. It's not a small stitch. And this is Endive by theSewingShop.ca. And the stitch count is 420 stitches, and I'm at 13%. So this is the center part. I love green and pink together, so this is going to be a lot of fun to stitch. Next one is Local Conditions, and I stitch this every Sunday, so I do the whole week at a time, and that's it right there. It's by Satsuma Street. It is a total of 6,052 stitches, and this is on 16 count Baba Ganoush by the Sewing Shop. And as of last Sunday, I'm at 59%. And you can see that we have relatively the same temperatures for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks in a row. Nice bright oranges. And our temperature for this week has been 25 degrees 4 days in a row. So there's going to be a lot more orange coming up in the next week in this little bit here. The next one is Mermaid's Realm. And it is by Joan Elliott. And it's my Mermaid Monday stitch. But this month it was also got called by for WIPGO. So this month it'll get approximately 4,100 stitches, which is a nice amount on a project that's 22,000 stitches. It's 138 by 317, so it's long and skinny. And what I did this month, I've worked from there all the way up, and I still have four more days of working on this, and I usually get about 500 stitches a day, so I should be able to get quite a bit done here. I'll probably start at her head and go across. So hopefully I'll get that much done. So this is her hair. And up here is the end of this section. So this has been the biggest section so far. And Pam from Daisy Crafts is also working on this, but I believe hers is in black, whereas mine's a deep purple. Museum After Midnight is the next one. And that's last week's draw, so it doesn't show this week's, but I am at, let me see, I'm at the 8th exhibit is done. I'm at 13,483 stitches, and this drop was these two velociraptors and this compy up here. So if you know anything about dinosaurs, you know what they are. There's quite a bit of back stitching in there to make the feathers stand out. So it looks like this section is getting clear, so we'll see what's coming up for the next section. And there it is overall. Yes, I love my dinosaurs. And this is 196 by 185, and it's on the Sewing Shop's Fabric Carthage. The last one I'm going to show you is Canadian Beauty, another Joan Elliott's. And I started this one in February of 2024. So I'm kind of itching to get things done on this one. And it's my WIPGO call, and it was called, this is the second WIPGO call for this year. And there she is so far. And what I did this month so far is I have done this whole section. There's quite a bit more to go up here and quite a bit more to go down. But I hope to finish this section for WIPGO because I need to put another 1,200 stitches yet to go for WIPGO. And she's at 64%. There is a lot of back stitching to do through these sections too. And I haven't tackled those right now because I work with a hoop and they can get pulled and things like that. So I try to do anything like that later. And I haven't done any of the beadwork, but the metallics are all done up to where I am. And this is on Easy Breezy Lemon Squeezy by the Sewing Shop. The next thing I'd like to talk about is I Spy August Stitching by the Shore. It starts with a T, well, that's Charlie's Little Tree. Found in a movie title, Frozen Peaks, because if you're at an age similar to mine, you will remember the fabulous serial TV show called Twin Peaks. A blast from the past, but it works. Number 3 was Jumps or Bounces, and that's the little compies from Museum After Midnight. Number 4 is the May Birthstone, which is an emerald, and I chose all the greens in Lucky Shamrock. Number 5 is Something Sticky, and that's Canadian Beauty, because, see that maple leaf? You're going to have to work with me on this one. So Canadian beauty has a maple leaf on it, and the maple leaf came from the maple tree. And from the maple tree, we get maple syrup. Sticky. I know it's a stretch, but it works. It really does. Something at the farmer's market. I chose a silhouette owl because last time I was at the farmer's market, someone was selling feather earrings. Rides on the Wind is also the silhouette owl, the way they glide. My laziest, easiest project, Mermaid's Realm. It's one color. Can't get much easier than that. Something bright. I chose Lamb with a Bow for her bright, hot pink bow. And crescent shape is the Mermaid's Realm again, because just above where I am working, just to the far side of her head, is a crescent moon. So I lucked out on that one. I had a hard time finding that one. Also, the last day of August was when I did my last floss tube, so we never got to find out what my RPG character challenge was. And for July, I got it was a Constitution, and I got a 12, and it's rated from 3 to 16. So 12 puts my Constitution as I'm fairly certain I'm going to not have an allergy attack or die during a quest. And that's from Michael from Uplift Stitches, his RPG character that is an ongoing challenge. And I want to thank you all for enjoying what you saw. Like, subscribe, comment. I love the comments. And I hope you're having a great summer. And I will see you in a couple weeks. But Karen is hopefully feeling well enough to come on and talk to you next Friday. So check for a release for her Saturday morning as early as you want, because she usually has it release at midnight. So hopefully she's feeling good enough so we can see her. So I think that's about it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.